Hi, I'm Matt Lacey, and in this video I'm going to show you the client area of the AdDuplex website. Once you've joined, you can access this area, and it's where you'll manage the cross-promotion of your apps. It's also where you can purchase additional ad impressions for your app if you wish. In this video we'll look at a number of things. We'll start by going through the registration process, and then take a look at the dashboard. We'll look at the cross-promotion side of things, and buying additional ad impressions, beyond what you get as part of cross-promotion. We'll look at where you can go to get any further help, so you're prepared should you need it, and finally we'll take a quick look at managing your profile. If you're new to AdDuplex, you'll need to register before you can integrate or advertise your apps. From the homepage at www.adduplex.com, you click on the Join Now button you can see. You'll need to specify a username, which you'll use when logging into the site, your email address so you can be contacted, a password, your name, and the country where you're based. If you have a promo code, this is also where you'd enter it. We recommend that you subscribe to receive the newsletter so you can keep up to date with news, tips and advice approving both your apps and your ads. You'll need to agree to the terms and conditions. Let me quickly enter some details. There, now we click register and you should be able to see this thank you message, and you can access the client area. This is the dashboard, and it shows a quick overview of your activity in the last 7 days. In the top left of the screen you'll see an aggregated overview of the apps you have in cross-promotion. We can see the received CTR or click-through rate, and in this case it's dropped since last week. If it was a real account it might be something we were concerned about. We also see the number of ads that have been shown in my apps and the number of impressions of my ads in other apps. This is just a demo account with some sample apps, so hopefully you'll see much higher figures for users, impressions and clicks. If we switch to the list view, we can see the impressions figures broken down by individual app. In the top right of the screen, we see a reference to direct sales. This area is only relevant if you're one of the ads selling adverts through the direct sales channel. As this is currently limited to a small number of invited apps, I won't discuss this here. In the bottom left, we see a 7-day summary of all the network advertising campaigns I'm running. I'm running just one, and you can see that I've used almost all of my $10 a day budget to get just under 90,000 impressions. This has resulted in 1,500 clicks and an average CTR of 1.7%. You can also see that I've plenty of credit left to continue running the campaign as it is for another 228 days. Again, if we switch to the list view, we see a breakdown for each campaign. This is obviously more useful when running multiple campaigns at once. To the right of the network campaigns is a 7-day summary of the direct campaigns you're running. You can see I'm not running any, but if I were, there would be similar details here to what you see for network campaigns. If we come back to the menu at the top of the screen, we see a cross-promote option that we use to access details and information about the apps we have in the cross-promotion network. Starting with the ad exchange information, we'll see all the apps that I'm cross-promoting. Again, these are just some sample apps in a test account. For each app, we see some basic information and statistics from the previous 24 hours. If we have lots of apps, we can filter the list by either status or platform. If we click on an individual app, we again see the details of the app, and below them we can see the ad units as well. An ad unit is a place in the app where the ad control is placed. If you have an app that displays ads in multiple locations, you'll normally use different ad units for each place, so you can track statistics separately. In this app I only have one ad unit, and you can see it's for a banner ad. If we expand the entry, we can see recent statistics and the ad that is shown in other apps, in exchange for the ads that are shown in the control this ad unit represents. If we go back to the ad exchange list, we see the option to create a new app. We're just going to create a simple ad here, but look for our other videos for a more detailed guide to creating ads for your app. After providing a name, we need to specify which platforms the app represents. If you have an app that is on both the Windows and Windows Phone stores, you'll need to create separate app entries. If the app has already been published to the store, then add the URL. If not, you can come back and add it in once the app has been published. Then we click Create. If we wanted to, we could change the name by clicking on the little edit icon. This is also how to add the store URL once you have it. We need at least one ad unit, so I'll add it. In this instance we'll create a banner ad, and we want our ad to point to the same app referenced by the store URL above. We'll now create a text ad. For this we need to specify 2 pairs of 2 lines of text. We can see an example of how this will look in the preview. When we're done, we click Save. We now need to add the control to our app. If we come to the Code tab, we see instructions for what we need to do in our app. Once the app has been updated and submitted to the store, come back and click on the Confirm button. Coming back to the menu at the top of the screen, we can see statistics for the apps we are cross-promoting. If you have multiple apps, you can choose which to view from the drop-down. By default, statistics from the last month are shown, but you can change this to pick from a specific time period or predetermined interval. We can view the overview as a graph or as a table of data. We can also view statistics for each individual ad unit. In addition to the raw numbers of impressions, we can also see a breakdown of data based on the country the person viewing the app was in. The final sub-menu option under Cross-Promote is How To. Here you'll find developer information and useful support links. Let's now look at buying ads. Up until this point, the ads we've created for cross-promotion have been entirely free. Here's where we can spend money to buy additional ad impressions in other apps. The catalogue lists the apps you can directly buy ads in. You can see a brief description of the app, how much an ad costs, and in which country the app is most popular. This should help you decide if you want to advertise in a particular app. If you click through for more information, the ad slot description will tell you exactly where in the app your ad will be displayed. We'll come back to buying advertising in an app shortly. The My Campaigns section shows all the campaigns that we've set up. This includes both direct and network campaigns. We'll look at creating campaigns shortly, but first let's look at the details of existing campaigns. We can see campaigns that are running, awaiting approval, or have been stopped. Older campaigns that have ended are also available if we want to view them too. For campaigns that are running, this list also includes summary statistics for the previous day. For a campaign that has not launched yet, you'll see an indicator of how far through the setup process you've got, as can be seen here for the two direct campaigns. If we look at a network campaign, we'll see summary information for the campaign, including the daily budget and the start and end dates. Below the statistics for the previous day, we see the ads that are part of the campaign. Below this, we see something that isn't part of cross-promotion, and that's the targeting of ads. If we wish, we can have the ad only be shown to people in specific countries. We can target devices running specific versions of the OS. We can also specify that the ads are only shown in apps that are listed in specific categories in the store. If we view the details of a direct campaign, we can see a reference to the app the campaign is in, and the details of the ad impressions that have been purchased. Let's now look at setting up a new campaign. So let's create a new network campaign. First we give it a title. In this case, the title is going to match the name of the app or game. It's going to be for Windows Phone. We create. Let's start by setting our daily budget. And let's say we don't want to spend more than $20 a day. And we'll set an end date for our campaign, just so we don't leave it running indefinitely, accidentally. We'll set it for a month. Now we need to create an ad. We need a reference name. Let's just call this ad 1. And we need the link to the store, which is there. We'll create a text ad now. Let's say try it free. Let's emphasize the free. Try it now. We'll save that. That's been saved. And now we can come down and set some targeting. Let's say we want our advert only to show in Australia and let's say New Zealand. We could set it to any number of countries or all countries. This game's only available on Windows Phone 8.1, so we don't want to bother advertising it on other platforms. And rather than have the advert appear in any app, let's only have it appear in certain games. This app is a sports and recreation game, or let's advertise it in a few other categories as well. We hit save. Green banner says all is good. And our advert is now pending activation. AdDuplex are going to do a little quick check on the advert before it goes live, just to make sure we're not got anything inappropriate in our text or we're using inappropriate images. And now we're done. If we come to our list, we're just waiting approval. Let's create a new direct campaign. I start by choosing an app from the catalogue. Now Fruit Bump looks appealing here. Let's buy advertising here. I can see the cost and how many impressions are available and where the users are. That looks appropriate for my needs. Now we have to specify what we're going to buy. Based on the price, I think I can afford a maximum of 35,000 adverts a day. Let's plan ahead. Let's have this campaign run for a week next month. We can't set the start time before the end time. Let's run it in the middle of May. (18th to 24th). That's brilliant. We'll create a new campaign. We'll give it a name. It's going to be RFB Campaign 1. We need to enter the URL for our app. I've got that there. Now we need to enter some text for the ad. Let's try and target our advert to the app it's going to be in, making sure we get our spellings right. And it's highlight that it's not a straightforward app, there's lots to it. It's free and people get a lot, that's brilliant. We'll save our ad. Again, the green banner tells us that was done successfully. Now we just click to send for review. On the billing section, we can see our financial details. If we have a credit balance, we'll see that here, including an estimate of how many remaining impressions we have. We also get an indication of how long that balance will last at our current spending rate. Our credit history shows the past purchases of credits we've made. Our usage history shows when credit has been spent and how many impressions it bought. If we've made any purchases through AdDuplex Direct, these purchases are listed separately from impressions bought on the network. If we have any outstanding invoices for direct campaigns, we'd see them here. When it comes to buying impressions, there are 3 options, and the more you spend, the better CPM you'll get for your money. Payment is accepted through a variety of options. Simply select your bundle and then enter your details to make the payment. If you have a voucher to redeem, you do that here. Simply enter the code and click OK. The credit will then be added to your account to use in campaigns. There are a number of statistics available for campaigns, and these are very similar to what you've already seen in the statistics for cross-promotion. The overview lets us see impressions, sessions, clicks, and the CTR for the campaigns on each day. We can see in which countries people saw and clicked on the ads. We can see how much of our budget we spent each day. And if we have multiple ads in our campaign, we can see how the CTR compares for the different ads. As we saw on the cross-promotion menu, The How-To option is where you'll find developer information and useful support links. Additionally, you'll also find support links at the bottom of every page on the site. If you have an app that is in the direct catalogue, you can manage your app listing and campaigns here. We'll skip through this now though, as it's only relevant to those invited to the AdDuplex Direct platform. To manage your profile, click on your name at the top of the screen. To change any details, click on the Edit icon. Click on the tick icon to save your changes, or the cross to cancel them. The useful links take you to the other parts of the client websites, with the exception of the referral program link. Here you'll find a unique link. Anyone who joins AdDuplex after following the link will get an extra 5% of impressions in exchange for cross-promotion. You'll get the same number of extra impressions too. Share your referral link with any other developers you know, and you'll both benefit. You'll see the stats from your referrals on this page when you get some. So, as a recap, we looked at registration, what's in the dashboard, setting up a new app for cross-promotion and the statistics for approved apps. With regards buying ads in other apps, we looked at creating campaigns, billing and statistics. We showed you where to go if you need any help and how to manage your profile. Hopefully you found that all clear, but if you still have any questions, you'll find support via the options on the screen.